All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Sicat Kickboxing Club, and today I'm going to be showing you the Thai hop and the Thai march. Now, before we get started, as always, if you're liking this channel, please share it with someone that wants to learn kickboxing. I'm really passionate about it. That's why I decided to make these videos. Like and subscribe to the channel. And also, I have a martial arts podcast that I link in the description down below. So check that out. And comment down below with whatever kickboxing needs or feedback. That's future videos that you want to see, and I'll make that happen for you. Okay, so with the Thai hop, these are some of my favorite things to teach because now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of like kickboxing. And what I mean by that is that I've shown you the basics in other videos, like how to throw a jab or throw a straight or throw a teep, and all the basic kickboxing needs you need to start. And I like doing these videos because I believe that basics are pretty much 95% of what you're gonna do in an actual fight or even in bag work, okay? That's why this channel is mainly basics. I'm not gonna show you anything too complicated because quite frankly, I don't think it's necessary. So let's get right into it. The Thai hop, I'm gonna show you two things. I'm gonna show you the Thai hop and the Thai march. These two moves are going to set you up before you actually do your attack that's intended on your opponent or the bag. What I mean by that is that you're literally trying to fake out your opponent, okay? You're trying to get him to react to do something a certain way, maybe to block or back up or come forward in order for you to open him up. Because the opponent, well, he's gonna expect you to hit him, so he's gonna be blocking or he's gonna be, slipping or backing up, just like I said. So let's get right into it. So with the Thai hop, you can use it as a hop. I just call it the Thai hop, or you can just literally just lift up your leg like you're teeping. So I'm gonna show you the movements. So again, guys, with your stance here, like I've always said on these videos, if you're unorthodox, you're rear dominant on your backside here. So when you're doing a Thai hop, okay, this is literally all I'm doing. It's a simple move, but it's, again, a setup to trick your opponent. So I'm gonna do it first without the hop, okay? So you can do it on both legs depending on what you're intending to do, to try to get out to your opponent, how you want him to react. So first I'm gonna do the non-dominant leg, my front leg. I'm literally just going to lift my leg up just like that, okay? Now, the reason why this is important, do it again, look, it's kind of like I'm setting for a teep, not kind of, but I'm setting up for a teep, but not throwing the actual attack. So watch. Notice I'm putting my leg here, right? Like I'm gonna teep, and I'm putting my knee up, just like I'm going to teep, or just like I'm going to do a Dutch knee, just going straight up, right? That's all it is, okay? Simple, right? Simple, but very, very tricky to your opposing opponent, okay? The reason why is that if I lift the leg up, right, he's gonna react to that because he's gonna know that I'm throwing some kind of lower leg attack, okay? Especially, this is very important, especially if I throw something before I put that knee up, if I throw an attack before I put that knee up. So what I mean by that is that before I do this, right, the sequence before that, if I throw an actual teep, you see that? And regardless if it hits him or not, he's going to be hesitant. That means he's either gonna block or react somehow, or he's gonna back away. And that's what I was saying earlier in this video. So if someone was teeping me like this, right, I'd either block like this or back up or maybe swipe like that in order to counter that move and not get hit by that move, okay? So essentially, you're throwing that attack to initially set them up for something else. So again, what I mean by that, and I will do it on this bag right here, my new Fairtex bag, okay? So when I throw the teep, right, you made him react. So after that attack, regardless again, whether it hits him or not, I'm gonna now throw the fake. I'm just gonna lift my knee up and do the mini, I guess you could say tie hop. In this case, it's not really a tie hop, okay? But I'll show you the tie hop in just a second after I show you this. But after I teep him, here, I will now put my leg up, and the guy is going to be scared because he doesn't want to get hit with maybe a push teep or a stabbing teep. No one wants to get hit by that. So when I put this leg up, he's going to react to that thinking that I'm going to do something with it, when really I'm just trying to get information from his reaction. So if he blocks like this or swipes like this to block it, or like this, depending on the information that I get from that teep or this tie, this little feint, by putting my leg up, I can now, depending on what he does, react to it. So what I mean by that is that if the opponent backs up, right? Say if he backs up, I can put this leg up and then put it down and then teep since he's backing up like this, right? Because this is my long range weapon, my other leg's my long range weapon. I can make him react and then step and then kick him. This is just a few examples, guys. If he's doing this and he blocks or he swipes or blocks this way, I can stick this leg up, I can make him react, and the second that he reacts and I get that information, I can go up top. If I can do this, say if he blocks like this, I can go here, and now I can throw a combination since he's worried about the lower part of the body. You see that? That is what I mean when we're faking or baiting him out with that feint. And a feint, guys, is literally just a fake. It's just, I don't know why they even use that word feint, but it's a fake out to make your opponent freeze or react to something that you don't intend on hitting them with, okay? Now, the reason why I'm gonna call it a tie hop, because if we wanna get it more exaggerated, he's more likely to react. So the more exaggerated the feint or the fake is coming from me, the more the opponent is gonna react to it because it's probably gonna be a stronger attack coming from me. So here we go. Now, the real reason why we call it a tie hop is because now I can gauge distance going back and forth with the hop, which makes it more tricky. So here we go. See, now I'm hopping. I could even do it backwards. I can pretend like I'm checking. I can do this. And look, when I hop forward, that's gonna get a big reaction out of him because I'm literally coming forward. Now, again, guys, put your hands up as you're coming forward so you're nice and protected, and you're also hopping, so you gotta remember that you're off balance. And that also makes you susceptible to other attacks. But you doing that, you're on the offensive because you're the one making the move first, right? It's a chess match. So as I teep him first, I'll show you on the bag. As I teep him first, you're making him react, right? You're scaring him. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to get hit. The guy's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to get hit by that, so I'm gonna block, right? Or I'm gonna do some reaction, or I'm gonna step back. Now, if he steps back, or if I do a tie hop, look, the things that he's gonna do, he's either gonna, maybe frame off me, or he's just gonna shell up. Now, if I tie hop and then he just stands there and shells up, Well, if he's planted, I can attack his lower leg or I can attack his midsection. So watch, if I tie hop, right? Or I can just simply tie hop, and when he gets a reaction, either does this or blocks up top, I can tie hop, get his leg. You see that? Again, I'm gonna tie hop, make him react, and that's just one move. It really depends what he does. So literally the whole point of this video is just collecting data to see what his reaction is so that you can hit the open parts of the body. Again, it's to get information so you can hit the open parts of his body that he's not blocking to get him react. And the reason why we're tie hopping is that it's more of an exaggerated feint. Again, as I was saying in this video, you can do this, make him react, but if you do that, it's not that big of a reaction. It's still good because you're still getting information after you do that, depending if the opponent reacts or not. But if you do a big movement, say if I'm over here, you're also getting a lot of range, right? If you do it very quickly, you're also getting a lot of range, and the opponent, you're literally going at your opponent, so he's bound to react. The more exaggerated the fake, the more your opponent will react, right? So say for a punch, if I just do this, well, that's not big of a movement. He's not gonna get scared or freeze, most likely. But if I do a big, more exaggerated move like that, then he's definitely gonna react because he thinks I'm throwing something. He thinks I'm gonna throw that too. Same exact thing. That's the basic concept of like feints and fake outs, all right? So that's the whole reason tie hop, and you could even do it on the other side, right? So over here, I'm going to do that, but it's least likely because it's just too big of a move, right? And it gets you off balance on your front foot. But with this dominant side, I don't have to hop with it. It's just I'm tricking them to go either side, right? I can go on this side, I can trick him on this side. So say if he blocks, right? If he's gonna block here, I could get him on the other side, like I said. Look, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna wait till he reacts, and depending on what he does, throw a hook, and then I could throw a combination after that. So I'll demonstrate so that it's easier for you to know what I'm talking about, okay? So on the bag, see, I'm doing a tie hop here, tie hop, making him react, and then I could go with this leg, or just hit him with this attack if I wanna go, or I can get that big exaggerated move there, and then once he blocks again, or whatever he does, here, I can throw, right? I could do it with either leg, okay? So I'll do it with my dominant, right? So at first, I'll teep here, and then he thinks I'm going to that side, but look, I'm gonna throw here, make him react, and then after he sees that, I can even go high, depending on if he thinks I'm gonna low kick now, you see? Because he's watching my lower extremities of my body. That's the whole point of that feint, is that to make him react. And also, guys, it's not just the kicks or teeps, right? I mean, it's the knees as well. So saying that, when you're putting this up, like I said earlier, it looks like you're going for a knee. So that knee is going down the middle. You see that? So if I'm faking them out with like a tie hop here, going for a knee, I could just go for it, honestly, right? In my prior video, I showed you the scissor knee. So look, I can knee. You see that? Now we're switching sides. He gets faked out with the other side. Now I know this seems kind of a lot and confusing at first, and it's a lot to take in one video, but that's the whole point, is to experiment with it. And feinting is more of an advanced kind of move with any feint, not just the tie hop. With any feint, it's more advanced, so you have to play with it, which I've made these videos systematic so that we can build on it, okay? You're not just gonna learn from this video alone. You're not just gonna be like, oh, okay, paint. You might even be confused and don't know what I'm talking about. But as you go, and as you comprehend it, and as you do drills, and as you do it on the bag, and you have a drilling partner, which I'm going to have in future videos, you'll make more sense of it. But the most important thing is here, guys, is to do the motions and get it proper, okay? And just like get to the motions like this. Okay? Like you could shadow box it, get into that motion so you get into that rhythm, so it gets in your habits of your body like it's second nature, and that's the most important thing. You don't need to know how to hit it on an opponent right away. We'll do that as we do more repetitions. I just want to like remind you guys that don't get discouraged. So on the second part of this, I'm going to do the Thai march because it both relates. These moves are feints or fakes to get the opponent to react. So the Thai march, it looks a little funny, but it's actually very, very effective because it's scary looking. It's kind of like a tiger coming at you, which is like a weird analogy, but it is. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness. And then someone just hit me with a knee because I got faked out. So a Thai march, just like a Thai knee, it's almost like well, it's not almost, but you're lifting the leg here. You're going from switching stances from southpaw to orthodox, right? But again, you're slowly gaining that distance from your opponent, right? Because look, the whole point of it, if I Thai march, I'll show you so that you know what I'm talking about. Look, I'm gonna lift this leg. Look, see, now I'm in southpaw, right? And then I'm gonna lift this leg. Now I'm orthodox. I'm gonna lift this leg. Now I'm back. The whole point of that is to come forward to your opponent and literally fake them out and again react. So you get the theme of this video, right? To fake out your opponent. So I'm gonna do it facing you, going all the way back here. This is a Thai march, right? A lot of Thais, this is like a big thing with Thai stances and Thai fakes. Right? And the whole reason for that, look, once I'm coming here, if the opponent wants to hit me, as I'm coming to him, I can check, I can plant right away, or look, as I'm doing the Thai march, I can do an attack, mix in the Thai hop and punch. If he blocks, if he really gets scared, because I did an attack prior to that, I can grab him and clinch, which we'll get into later, right? I can, over here, I'll do it on the bag. If I do this and he just puts his hands up, right? If I'm coming to him, I can elbow, knee. I can now deploy my shorter attacks because the whole point of the Thai hop and the Thai march is getting to him to react. For me, I want a reaction, a freezing reaction. Like this, like a deer in the headlights, like, oh no, what's he gonna do, right? After I hit him several times. So again, the Thai march, it's good because you're taking mini steps, or you could take big steps, depending. I like to take mini steps so that I could get back to my stance just in case he does something and block and be on my defensive, right? So here, see, if he reacts, or I can take big steps, like Thriller or something, okay? Look. When you got someone like that coming at you, that's what I mean by like a tiger ready to pounce. Like it's such an intimidating move that it's so unpredictable of what the person's gonna do. Again, it looks funny at first, but man, when you got someone coming at you like that, you don't know where they're going to attack you from, right? So, and then you could just throw combinations, or you could just throw kicks. Like it's so tricky. But the whole point is, guys, is to get your opponent to react. It's feints, all right? It's feints, and this is kickboxing. That's why I'm showing you like the tie hop and the lower extremities. But it's no different from punches. If you throw a punch, right, I'm not gonna throw it all the way. It'll make your opponent react. And if he does this, well, I'll go from another angle, right? Look, I won't throw it all the way, but I'll go from another angle. And then I can deploy my combinations wherever he's open because now he's reacting. When he's on the defensive, that means he's not on the offensive. You see? So, guys, I want to remind you again that we are now getting into the nitty gritty of things, meaning it's more of like advanced when you're actually trying to fight someone. And you could also do this on the bag. It's perfect for drills so that you can have it in your body, in your habits for second nature, you know, when you do actually compete or, you know, get into a kickboxing match or whatever it is you're intending on doing. And yeah, just keep repping it out. And this one takes time to kind of comprehend. You won't get it in one, you know, drill. You have to rep these drills over and over and over and have a certain understanding of why you're faking someone out. That's the key word, is the understanding of why you're doing something. Always do something with a purpose. And remember, these are getting more advanced. So, you know, it takes time to understand it. Don't get frustrated and just keep learning. Watch this video over and over if you have to, and just keep repping it out. That's the key. Stay technical, keep repping it out. And again, guys, if you got value out of this video, please like, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the podcast as well. And please support the channel. I love making these videos for you, and I'll see you on the next one.